Mali's National Arts Institute, INA, resides in one of Bamako's oldest Sudano-Sahelian buildings and has trained many of Mali's famous musicians and artists. But there are concerns that it could be razed for commercial development after an unknown businessman made a deal with the government to build a new campus outside the city in exchange for the arts building. Activists like Dama Diawara, who grew up playing under the building's pillars, have for months been holding sit-in protests and looking for answers.
The architecture that they built here, if you destroy it, it's like you destroyed all of Bamako before your eyes. You know what INA represents? And you want to destroy it? You're destroying Bamako itself.
The historic buildings are sometimes referred to as colonial because most were built before Mali's independence from France in 1960. Mali's National Directorate of Cultural Heritage, NDPC, under the Ministry of Culture, says they cannot be destroyed unless they are removed from its protected list. But Director Moulaye Coulibaly says Bamako is lucky to still have much of its architectural heritage intact.
Les bâtiments coloniaux sont soumis à la modernité.
These colonial buildings are subject to modernization, subject to globalization, and subject to rapid urbanization. The pressure that comes with development weighs on these buildings.
Sur ces bâtiments coloniaux.
Abdoulaye Deyoko is an urban planner and founder of Bamako's School of Engineering, Architecture, and Urbanism. He says that architecture in Mali has traditionally been adapted to the climate, culture, and geography. But as Bamako has grown at one of the fastest speeds in Africa, its distinct buildings have been replaced with modern concrete and steel structures.
In time, everything was destroyed because we didn't follow our ancestors in making sure we have our own architecture and developing it. It's also because there wasn't an architecture code. There wasn't research.
Despite his bleak assessment of Bamako's architectural past, Deyoko says he's hopeful for its future. Since the city is still developing, he says there's time to focus on constructing new buildings in the Sudano-Sahelian style. In the meantime, activists say they will continue to speak out against the destruction of Mali's historic National Arts Institute. Annie Risemberg for VOA News, Bamako, Mali.